Hello, everybody. It is Logan and Moresh from OpenDAO here for another installment of our AMA video series. Today's topic that we'll be covering is the Open Token, why you hold it. So yeah, Moresh, please say hi, and I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this.
Hi guys, Moresh here, and on my Telegram, I kind of refer to myself as Hiram in case you're confused. So I'll get straight into the topic. What does holding Open Token mean? So Open Token at its very core is a governance token. It is essentially a representation of your ownership of the DAO or DAO. If you hold even a single open token, you are essentially a part owner and a part decision maker of the entire ecosystem, which means that you do get a say in the long-term strategic decisions which we will make. We intend to hand over governance to the community in the near future. I mean, as soon as we think that things are stabilized, everything is looking good, we will look to hand over control to the open token holders. So which means that you get to decide what the long-term strategic roadmap looks. We'll obviously make our own proposals, but it is our intention to hand over control as quickly as possible, as safely as possible. And then we'll be around, but we'll probably recuse ourselves from any voting itself. We will make proposals and let the community decide. The reason for doing that is obviously we'll have substantial number of tokens on our side. Sean and I probably will have around between 5 to 7.5% of the tokens each, which means that we will have roughly 10 to 15% of the voting power, but we do not intend to exercise it going forward unless and until something more fundamental is necessary. So in general, it will be up to the community to direct what the long-term roadmap looks like. So first things first, Open Token is a governance token. It represents ownership of the platform. Second thing which will happen is you will be able to get portion of the revenues of the platform, which means that whatever the platform makes, you'll be able to stake your open tokens and get rewards in the form of DAI or some other stable coin. It's a bit like dividends. I don't want to use that term over here because of security regulations, etc. But in essence, it's a form of distributing the proceeds of the protocol to the community who are owners of the platform. So that definitely will happen. And finally, you'll also be able to borrow against your open tokens, which means that if you have open tokens, you will be able to use that as collateral and you'll be able to borrow against it. So those are the three key things which we anticipate for open tokens. There will be other use cases as well, which will become clearer as we go forward, but those are the three key things.
So just to kind of step back and highlight something you said, we as open holders will be able to receive dividend-like payments in the coming future. Can you go into a little more detail on that for me and for the community?
Yeah, essentially. So what will happen is typically you stake one token to get another token. So in this case, you'll be able to stake open tokens and receive some stable coin, whether it's DAI or USDT or USDC or our own OUSD. That's kind of remains to be seen. But absolutely, you'll be able to receive stablecoin rewards, and those will come out of the spread the platform makes between lending and borrowing rates. So if we are lending out at 5% and we are borrowing it, and the borrowers are getting 2%, then 3% goes to the platform, which is going to be distributed to the people who own the platform.
You know, actually, that kind of brings up another question that I do get asked, and maybe we can kill two birds with one stone here. But I do get asked, how does OpenDAO generate income? So I think you basically just covered it, and it's that spread between the
yeah. I mean, at a very fundamental level, it is very much like a bank, really. So you have fees for loaning out money, and it's going to be the spread between the lending and borrowing rates. Now, to be honest, that was pertinent only when we had lending as well as borrowing. When we had the money market, which was phase one, we also had lenders and we had borrowers. In phase two, the lending side is kind of disappearing because we are going to straight up mint a stable coin. So there is no real requirement for somebody to lend. So we will be able to take some collateral such as starting with Ethereum, BTC, LTC, XRP, Filecoin, Uni, and Open tokens and mint a stable coin. And then our job is to make sure that that stable coin has liquidity and parity to the existing stable coins like USDC, USDT. And as long as that is there, then that's good enough. So our job is to make sure that there are incentive mechanisms to maintain that parity. Okay. So we will charge fees a bit similar to Maker, which has their own fees. So whenever Maker, these days the fees of Maker are 0, but I think they started charging fees again. So we are going to basically mint money.
Awesome. We are a bank.
At its very core, it is basically minting money. But it's not minting money out of thin air, to be fair. It's basically converting one form of value into another form, taking one asset which is illiquid, not widely traded, non-stable, and converting into liquid, stable value, which is widely accepted. So we are like a conversion thing, and we charge fees for that. And that is essentially what a bank does as well. So it's a global decentralized bank.
Everyone should just take a second now to rewind the video 30 seconds and listen to that again. That's a major value proposition. It's one of the big selling points, so to speak, of OpenDAO is this coin that is coming out. So yeah, listen again. That's a big one. Okay, I think that is, we actually got a few more questions than I expected to. So with that, why don't we conclude this video, and we'll have some more content coming out here pretty soon too. And everyone at home, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ding, tick that little bell so that you can get the rest of these updates as we drop them. There should be a lot in December. So look forward to seeing you more. Bye, world.
Yeah.
Good.